Now batting for Cherry Hill East is Chris Dwyer, left fielder, number 18. Race pitch. That's a strike. You ready? We're ready. Just write it down. Don't ground it out.
Well, I'd rather not start in the middle of the inning. I'd rather just wait till the half.
Yeah, we'll just wait through the half inning.
All right, doing opening. Due to technical difficulties, we're coming in wherever we are. Introduce yourselves. And
Ready?
pick it up.
We start?
Can we do just? Here, I'll do
I will
it.
do
I'll
it.
do that.
The opening? Grays pitched to Zeverline. That's a strike. It's ground ball to Bo Gray. Throws to Chris Kearns. That's third out of the inning. Bo Gray puts him down in order. So far this year, Bo Gray has four wins and no losses for the 11-1 Lions. We'll be back to begin the bottom half of the first inning. Things together after the technical difficulties. Cherry Hill West, 11-1. Their batting order goes as follows. Leading off for Cherry Hill West is Chad Corvetti. He's playing second base. Next is Nate Scully. He's playing shortstop. Third, Bron Sahaki, third baseman. Fourth, pitcher Bo Gray. Fifth, catcher Dan Farling. Sixth, right fielder Walt Clymer. Seventh, first baseman Chris Kearns. Eighth, center fielder Tommy Bianco. And ninth is left fielder Kevin Brickner.
Cherry Hill East is 11-3 on the year, and they're in the defensive spot here in the bottom of the first. Pitching will be Mitchell Torn, and his battery mate will be Steve Young. At third base, we'll see Gino Priolo. Shortstop will be Mark Ritchie. At second, Kevin Foley. At first base, Steve Silverian. And in the outfield, we've got Chris Durai out in left field, Matt Saberline in center, and Tom Cervancery in right.
Okay, leading off for Cherry Hill West, Chad Corvetti. He's batting .405. He has 7 stolen bases for the Lions. First base coach for Cherry Hill West is All-State first base coach Steve Prychowicz, and third base coach will be assistant coach Mr. Murray.
Torn is 5-1 on the year with a 1.96 ERA. He's only allowed 10 earned runs in the 10 games that he's appeared in. Corvetti's about to face Torn, hitting at a 405 clip here in the middle of the season. A time when both teams need a win. That's grounded way foul. And,
the Lions, that's car number 1 for the
That's
day.
car number 1, exactly.
The Lions, as a team, are batting .346. which is pretty impressive. Their first 5 leadoff hitters are batting over 300. Senior Chad Crevetti.
Torrens ahead in the count, 0-1. Swinging sharply hit to second. Kevin Foley scoops it up. He's got him at first.
Now batting for Cherry Hill West will be shortstop Nate Schooley, number 44. Nate's batting 349 with 10 RBIs. So we've had 4 batters during this game, and all 4 have grounded out.
Pretty meekly into the infield. Schooley's got 15 hits in his 43 at-bats, and he's looking to get his number 16 right here. Takes that one low and inside for ball 1. Swung on and grounded foul. Counts even at 1. Torn has 31 strikeouts and 15 walks in his 32 and 2/3 innings pitched so far to date. He's pretty consistent, and he's been East Ace so far this year. Swings at a high pitch. He's down in the count, 1-2. Some heat there from Torn. Schooley defensive now as a batter with the 1-2 count, and that, I think that's going to hit him. No, it doesn't. Oh, yeah, it does. He's going to take his trot down to first base and try and walk that out. Torn got him on the foot there. That's the 4th batter Torn's hit this year. And this one may be costly with a runner on and 1 out.
Now batting for Cherry Hill West is number 11, third baseman Chad Crevetti. Ron Sahaki. Ron's batting 317. He has 1 home run, 13 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases. First pitch is high for a ball.
Next up is Big Bo Gray. So Torn had better try and make something happen here and maybe try and get a ground out double play. And he throws back to keep Sahaki honest. Keep Schooley honest over at first. Torn very deliberate, gets the pitch over there, it's high. 0-2's the count. Coach Martin is going to take a trip out to the mound. Early in the game, I don't know what the topic of discussion could be here in the bottom of the first.
Been a little wild early. Let's make sure nothing gets out of hand at the top of the order for West. It's been really hot lately.
I think a big key in this game is for Cherry Hill East to get out on top. And then if they have to play catch-up to West, I think it's going to be real tough to come back. But if they can get out on top early and hold these big West bats early in the game, they'll do okay. And I think Coach Martin might just want to be reinforcing that to Torn. So the entire infield gets a little exercise, and we're back to the action. Swing on, miss. He's coming right back and getting the job done. 1-2 count. to Ronnie Sahaki.
Yeah, Ron Sahaki.
Throw over to first.
Ron
Schooley,
Sahaki's a real dangerous player. He's got speed. He's got power.
Schooley has yet to steal a base on the year, but Torn's thrown over there twice, keeping him steady. That's grounded to short. We're looking at a 6-4-3. No, not at first. They get the force at second, and there's still one on, but now with 2 outs.
Now batting for Cherry Hill West is number 3 pitcher Bo Gray. He leads the team with doubles with 6. He's batting .343, 1 home run, 13 RBIs. Bo's been suffering lately from a groin pull, and he came back for this big game. Bo's probably has the most dangerous bat on this team.
He's got 9 extra base hits, which is dangerous to defend.
Big Bo Gray. Must be intimidating the pitch to.
A force on the mound and a force at the plate. Kind of reminds us, does Bo kind of remind you of Big Sean Sr., Cherry Hill West
They're
graduate?
different kind of pitchers.
Different kind of pitchers, but, they can both do the jobs.
Bo probably had the most exciting play of last year's East-West game when he had that triple.
Yeah, big triple. Mitch Torrance hoping not to get a repeat of that. But he's behind in the count. That was a good pivot by Kevin Foley there on that force out. But Sahaki's got some speed, and he hustled down that first base line.
Yeah, Sahaki really didn't get around with his bat on that ground out.
Good pickoff attempt, but
Sahaki's
Sahaki's back.
It's the second time Sahaki is getting close to be taken out. Torrance got a real nice move at first.
Very good move for the right-hander. Sahaki has stolen 5 bases.
You won't
on
see
the year.
many West players get taken out on first base because they have probably the finest first base coach in the history of South Jersey
It's
baseball.
that fundamental teaching. And I think they got him that time. Mitch
going
Torn
for
with the
first.
move. Nails Sahaki at first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. After 1 full, no score.
We'll go over the Cherry Hill East lineup for you. Steve Young catching and batting first. Playing left field will be Chris Dwyer. Matt Zeberline playing center and batting third. Kevin Foley playing second and batting fourth. Eric Henry will be the DH for Mitch Torrin, who will be batting fifth. Gino Priola batting sixth and playing third base. Batting seventh and playing right field will be Tommy Cervansery. Batting eighth, Steve Silverian playing first, and batting ninth, Mark Ritchie playing shortstop.
Defensively for Cherry Hill West, first baseman Chris Kern, second baseman Chad Crivetti, shortstop Nate Schooley, third baseman Ron Sahaki, catching Dan Farling, left fielder Kevin Brickner, center fielder Walt Clymer, right fielder Tommy Bianco, and pitching is Bo Gray. Bo Gray has a 1.83 ERA, 4 wins, no losses. Bo's coming back from his groin injury. First inning of play, had 1, 2, 3 groundouts.
Okay, for East, it'll be Foley, Henry, and Priolo.
Who's up now, Foley?
Yeah. Kevin Foley, so far this season, has 22 RBIs and is batting .556.
Okay, this is a big matchup for Bo Gray. Last time he faced Foley, he struck him out. So Foley's looking for some revenge. Tie for a ball. It's 2 balls, no strikes. And tie for a ball. 3 balls, no strikes. So Gray's got himself in a little hole here. No outs here in the top of the second inning. And he walks him on 4 pitches. That's the first walk Bo Gray has given up all season, opposed to 32 strikeouts. That's pretty impressive. So Gray gives up his first walk of the season and game.
Up steps Eric Henry with Kevin Foley on first. Eric Henry has 13 ribbies on the season and batting .405.
Eric Henry's designating hitting for pitcher Mitch Torn. Gray looks to first. Here's the pitch. And that's a strike. 1 ball. No balls, 1 strike to Mitch Torn. To Eric Henry. That's high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gray throws it over to first baseman Kearns. One pitch. It's a ball, inside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to Henry. It's a foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Eric Henry.
Good cut by Eric Henry there. We got Kevin Foley on first and no outs so far here in the top of the second.
Foul ball, first base side. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes to Eric Henry. That was car number 2. Dave Smith, the official car statistician, says it was almost car number 2, so we have 1.5 cars hit so far today. Might have got it on a bounce. It's low for a ball. Almost got away. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Kevin Foley on first. Eric Henry at bat.
See if Eric gets his pitch here to give it a drive.
Bo steps off the mound. Three-two pitch to Henry. And that's outside for a ball. So Bo Gray has walked his first 2 batters of the year and first 2 batters at the top of the second inning. Now he faces third baseman Gino Priolo.
Okay, Gino's stepping up to the plate now. Before we get Gino's stats up, we'd like to remind you that the coaches at first for Cherry Hill East today are Mr. Rick Bocchino, coaching first, and coaching third is head coach Dave Martin. Gino Priolo batting .375 with 13 RBIs.
Question today is whether Bo Gray's ready to come back and pitch.
Good question.
Retired to the side in the first inning, but come to a little wildness in the second.
Yes.
That's low for a ball.
East with runners at first and second, trying to tack some runs on the board right here.
Bunt. Pulled it back in time. 2 balls, no strikes.
Three straight balls for Bo Gray so far, trying to get back on track.
Two balls, no strikes to Gino Priola. That's foul behind home plate.
I don't know, Dave, pretty close there.
2 balls, no strikes, no outs here in the top of the second inning. No score. Foley on second, Henry on first. Gino Priola at the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bunts down the third base line, and it looks like they're all going to be safe. Bo Gray and third baseman Ron Tackey had a little trouble communicating, so bases are jammed. Gino Priola is safe on a bunt.
Beautiful bunt by Gino. They got the West players out of position, and now it's bases loaded for Tommy Cervantes. Tommy Cervantes batting .378 with 11 RBIs. No home runs, 11 RBIs. Got Priola at first. Henry at second and Foley on third.
No outs here. Bases jammed for Tom Cervantes. Look for a ball.
See if Bo can get out of a jam here. He's got bases loaded and no outs. 0-1 count on Tommy Cervantes.
Cervantes calls time.
1-0 count, excuse me.
That was a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases are jammed. That's a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
A 3-0 count. Will he be looking, or will he be Coach Martin giving the green light?
That's a strike. Three balls, 1 strike. Popped up, first base side. Chris Kearns make the play, and that's an out. West couldn't ask for anything better than that.
Oh, definitely, definitely a key out right here for Bo Gray and West, with Steve Silverian going to step up. He's in the 8th batter.
Steve's playing first base. He's got the bases loaded and 1 out.
Steve batting .379 with 5 RBIs. And 1 homer for Steve. Wearing number 40.
That strike. No balls, 1 strike.
Bases loaded and 1 out for East.
Strike two. Nice pitch, Bo Gray. Folds Salvarian. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases jammed in the top of the second. No score. That's foul ball. Count's still 0-2. Fouled off again. Salvarian keeps alive. Gray with the pitch. That's fouled out of play, third base side. No balls, 2 strikes to Salvarian. And Salvarian takes a step out of the batter's box. It's fouled behind home plate. Real quiet around here. Real tense time this early in the game. 0-2 pitch Salvarian. Gray pitches. Strike 3. So Gray finally gets out Salvarian. It's his first strikeout of the game, 33rd of the season. Bases are still loaded for Cherry East.
Mark Ritchie will step up, wearing number 25. He's playing shortstop. Good pitch there by Bo Gray to get Salvarian.
Ritchie fouls off the first pitch. 0-1.
Ritchie's stats batting .258, no home runs, and 4 RBIs. Mark's a junior, and he's wearing uniform number 25.
Foul ball. 0-2. So Bill Gray, one more pitch can get himself out of some big-time trouble.
Two walks and then that infield bunt single by Gino Priolo. And since that, there's been a strikeout and a pop out to the infield.
Umpire takes a look at that ball, make sure it's legal. Bo's not been playing with it. East has him loaded. 2 strikes. Mark Ritchie on first. At bat. On third is Foley. On second is Henry. On first is Priolo, who has the lone East hit. Hit an infield bunt. 0-2 pitch to Ritchie. And Ritchie calls time. strike. And that's a strikeout. So after 1.5 innings of play, East leaves them loaded on 1 hit, 2 walks. We're scoreless. Be back for the bottom of the second.
Cherry Hill Rest back to bat here in the bottom of the second. And if their bottom half of the inning is anything like the top half, we're in for some more exciting action here at the West Field. Serious pitching there by Bo Gray after having the bases loaded with nobody out. And that's got to be a letdown for Cherry Hill East.
Bo Gray will be up, lead off the top of the bottom of the second inning. He was left batting when Zahecki got picked off at first.
He's still hitting .343, and he's still got 8 extra base hits.
1 home run and 13 RBIs.
That last inning actually might be a little bit of inspiration for the Cougars if Mitch Torrin can bear down and pitch well, just like Gray did, and he's got that one at the knees for strike 1. Torrin to Gray. Bounces before it reaches the plate, and the count's even at 1. That swung on and hit high and deep in the air in the right center field. Zeberline coming over, and it's going to be Savansary with the catch.
We'll give that one a ride.
Well, Tom Savansary cut the gap like melted butter. Wow, he really got over there.
Now batting for Cherry Hill West is number 34 catcher Dan Farling. Dan Farling leads West in almost every offensive category, batting .595. It's 1 home run, 11 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. Leads the team in hits with 22 and leads the team in runs with 18. 1 out here. Bottom half of the second inning, no score.
Bo hit that well, but Mitch wouldn't let him pull it, and I'd hate to see what Bo can do if he does pull the ball and get a lot of power behind it. But if you keep him going in the opposite field, I think he can contain him. Now with 1 on and nobody out, we'll see what Farling can do. Oh, sharply hit to third. That's going to be a fair ball.
Farling's rounding the second.
Dwyer's coming over. The throw in, he's going to be in there. A ripped double right down the line. Now we got 1 on with 1 out. The first extra base hit of the game and the first hit for Cherry Hill West.
That's Farling's 8th double of the year. Now batting for Cherry Hill West is right fielder Walt Clymer. He's batting .275, 1 home run, 12 RBIs. Walt's got some speed. Farling's on first. Second after the double.
That was a rope, and that was pulled. And we'll see. Hopefully, Mitch can keep the fastball going and not allow them to pull the ball and hit it that sharp.
On deck for Cherry Hill West is Chris Kearns. Clymer hit his home run against East to break open the last game between the two teams.
The 1-0 pitch is low, and Clymer's ahead in the count, 2-0. That's sharply hit to shortstop, and it's going to be booted.
It's an error.
Richie can't handle it. The throw to third is in there.
So Clymer's safe on an error by the shortstop. So West has runners on first and third. The error was committed by Richie.
That was a bullet, and if anything, Mark Ritchie did a great job keeping the ball in front of him and knocking it down. We're still going to get an E6 on that, though. Runners at the corners, one down.
Batting for Cherry Hill West is Chris Kearns, the first baseman. Kearns is batting a hefty 417. He's got 4 RBIs. Looking to add some more RBIs on. Chris is a big left-hander.
Farley had 2 stolen bases, and the speed showed right there as he hustled down to third, and a great slide to get in there before the throw. He fakes the throw. Torn trying to keep the runners honest. Clymer has 4 swipes, so I don't think the double steal is going to be on here. We'll see what Kearns can do batting from the left side. The throw over to first. Clymer's back in there.
Torrance got a great move. Already picked off Sahaki earlier. Great move.
The pitch to Kearns. It's outside for a ball.
It's 1 out here in the bottom half of the second inning. Lions have runners on first and third.
Torn the move to first. Clymer's got the quick reflexes. He's getting back in there pretty easy. The pitch is in there. Back to Clymer again. Signs are flying all over the place here from West third base coach and from Steve Young and from the dugouts. And another tense moment here. Another throw to first. That one's a little bit closer than the rest, but Clymer's still back in there. The 1-1 pitch is low. Two 1 to Kearns, and we're gonna have a stoppage of play to move some fans back. Not as many fans as usually at an East-West game, but we've got enough here. Enough to wander on in the fair territory and stop the game for a couple seconds. But they'll amiably depart, and we'll resume the action here with runners at the corners and 1 out. We're going to be looking at the 2-1 pitch to Kearns. Clymer safe again. East with the white uniforms and the red pinstripes, red lettering, and the yellow trim. West sporting the white uniforms with the patented purple and gray trim. The pitch is swung on and hit sharply up the middle. No one's going to get this one. A run's going to score. Clymer's rounding second. The throw from Zeberline is going to get him. Kearns is going to move up to second on the play, but Zebraline gunned that one.
I don't know.
Not
if that,
even close.
I don't know about that call. He looked safe to me. His feet were in there before they even caught the ball.
Well, we're right behind third base, so we got a pretty good view on it, but umpire Larry Litwin was even closer than we are.
Lions lead 1-0. Shitty call.
Runner on second with 2 down.
Now batting for Cherry Hill West, number 1, Tommy Bianco. Tommy leads the team in 2 categories, RBIs with 16 and stolen bases with 14. He's batting a hefty .462. So Kearns is on second. He has his 5th RBI of the year.
Bianco gets a lot of singles here, batting from the right side of the plate, and we'll see if he can get one here, which might score a run for West, but Mitch Torrance hoping against it with 2 down. That one's high, 1 down.
I don't know about that call at third. I think it was.
Well, you know, you got to give
Real
credit
bad.
to Matt Zeberline, charging on the play and gunning the ball right into the third. A
Bad
perfect
call.
strike.
Bad
Well,
call.
good or bad call, it was still a perfect strike. And the tag by Priello was good as well. So just based on the fact that they both
I
did a
didn't
great
even
job.
see that. It's a bad call. Hope he hears me.
That's in there. Counts even at 1. Mitch Torn, a very deliberate pitcher, takes his time. He knows what he's doing. And he's doing a pretty good job, giving up 1 run so far, and still got a runner in second. Trying to work out of a jam. Pull a Bo Gray, if we will affectionately title it. Swung on a miss, strike 2.
Tommy looking to add on to his leading RBIs. His team leading RBIs, 14. Like to get his 15th because Kearns is on second.
Running a little pickoff move at second, but they're going to go to the plate, and that's foul tipped. Count stays at 1 and 2. That's going to cross the... No. Whoa. He says he held up on that. They're going to
He's owed a call. West is
appeal
owed a
the call right down the middle, and
They
nope.
rode that one. They rode that one. Good call, ump.
Wow.
He's my favorite ump again. Yeah, but he was safe on third. So.
From this angle, he looked like he did cross the plate.
This angle looked like he was safe at third.
We'll see. I
We're
think
right in
I think
front of
Mr.
the, we're also
Litwin.
right in front of the third base.
I think Mr.
We're
Litwin
right
had a
here.
better angle than
We
both
had the
of
better
us
angle than the
on
umpire.
both
We
calls.
still had the better angle than the umpire on the third base call. He was safe.
Still 2 and 2. No matter what we say. Now it's a full count. Both pitchers taking their time, and Torrin knows that this is the money pitch. 3 and 2 with 2 outs. Swung on, popped high in the air. Severian is going to eye it and watch it go right into the glove. That'll do it for West in the bottom of the order, but not after they score 1 run on 2 hits, on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. After 2 fill, it's 1-0 Cherry Hill West. What was that last inning?
Okay, we're back here. Start the top of the third inning. Cherry Hill West leading Cherry Hill East 1-0. Bo Gray got into trouble last inning. Pitching, looking to settle things down again. He had him loaded, no outs, struck out a couple of guys, and East didn't score anything. Not batting for Cherry Hill East is
Steve Young. Steve Young is 0 for 1. Grounded to the shortstop. His first, excuse me, he's grounded to third, his first
that's
time
ball.
up. The Young, Dwyer, and Zeberline. Top of the order for East.
Gray is struck out 2 and walked 2. That's strike 1-1.
Both sort of overpowered Steve Young there, as Young letting go of the bat.
How many hits is Bo at? 1. Foul to the right, to the foul first base side, and it's out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Steve Young, the catcher for Cherry Hill East.
Coach Martin giving some instructions to Steve Young. Bo Gray hurling a 1-hitter so far.
Slow for a ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two pitch. Hit in the deep center field. Bianco with the play, and he makes a great play in center field. First out of the inning. Young gave that one a ride. Not far enough, though.
Young got good wood on that one, drove it right to center field.
Big smile on Bo Gray's face.
Good metal, good aluminum.
Look at that smile on Bo Gray.
Ear to ear.
Got one of the best players out twice.
Now Chris Dwyer steps up. He's 0 for 1. He grounds to first. And a tag put on by Bo Gray on a questionable call at first.
Great play by Bianco in center, but great hit by Young. Just wasn't far enough. It's ball. Ball 1, 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here. Top of the third. Tie for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes.
Beautiful day for a ball game here at Cherry Hill West. Weather's just right.
That's strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Low for a ball. So Vogray's behind and to count to Dwyer. 3 balls, 1 strike. That's strike 2, full count.
Dwyer didn't look too happy with the call.
Doesn't get all that pitch, but hits it to right field. Clymer throws it in. So Dwyer gets the second hit of the game for East. Check that swing. Nice hit.
Beautiful hit down the first baseline and into right field for Chris Dwyer. Now stepping up is Matt Zeberline, who's also 0 for 1. He grounded back to the pitcher. East now has 2 hits. Matt Zeberline, the batter, wearing uniform number 8.
Dwyer on first, Ed up. There's 1 out here. Top of the third, West leading East 1-0. It's outside for a ball.
Kearns holding Dwyer on at first. Dwyer with a reasonable lead at first base.
Gray throws the first. Keep Dwyer on.
On deck batter for East is Kevin Foley.
Dwyer calls time once it fixed. A little bit of the dirt. Kick it around.
With Dwyer at first, Dwyer has 3 stolen bases on the season so far.
One ball, no strike to Zeberline. Here's the pitch. High and inside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes, Matt Zeberline. Gray in the hole, 2-0. Pitching to Zeberline. Dwyer goes. Farling the second. And it's dropped by Schooley. A little low for Schooley to catch that ball. And Dwyer gets his 4th stolen base of the year.
Throw was there in time. Ball was dropped, though, and Dwyer is safe with his 4th stolen base.
So there's 2 balls, 1 straight to Matt Zeberline. Dwyer's on second. And Schooley looks like he might have hurt his finger a little bit. He's all right. It's 1 out here, top of the 3rd inning. Cherry Hill West leading Charlie's 1-0. Dwyer's on second. Zeberline's batting. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bo Gray pitching.
He's threatening here with 1 out.
Tied for a ball, 3 balls, 1 strike. So Gray's been a little wild early on, but he's Bo Gray. He can get out of these situations, as he proved last inning. And that's inside for a ball. So Bo Gray walks his 3rd batter of the game. That's Zeberline. Now batting for Cherry Hill East is Kevin Foley.
Kevin Foley stepping up to the plate now, wearing uniform number 5. Last at bat. Kevin walked, so he does not have an official at bat. Walked on 4 pitches his last at bat. First and second for Cherry Hill East. Chris Dwyer on second. Matt Zeberline, who just walked on first. 1 out.
Pitch to Foley. Hits one deep to center field, but it's caught by Bianco. He's going for a double play. Great sliding catch by Tommy Bianco. He throws it in for the double play. Cherry Hill East cannot capitalize on 1 hit. 2 men left on base, no runs. So after 2.5 innings of play, Cherry Hill West 1, Cherry Hill East no score.
Nice catch.
Okay, leading off for the bottom half of the 3rd inning for the Lions is right fielder Kevin Brickner. Brickner's batting .222 this year, 3 RBIs. Coach got ripped off. Sliding in the 3rd. He's safe. Oh, he's definitely safe. He's in no position to make that call.
How many hits is trying to?
Brickner's
How many hits is trying to get enough? Mitch Torn back on the mound. He's given up 1 run on 2 hits, one of them an extra base hit for a double, and he struck out 1. And that one's high for ball 1. And that's low. Brickner's ahead of the count, 2-0. That's a strike at the knees. 2-1 count to Brickner, looking to make something happen from the number 8 hole. After the 3rd ball to Kevin Brickner, Steve Young's going to take a little walk to the plate. Calm him down, hand him the ball, give him some advice, and he's back in position. The 3-1 to Brickner. That's a strike at the knees. He's given him that low strike right there at the bottom of the knees. That one is calling it, and Mitch continues to throw it. It's a full count. I love the encouragement all the infielders give the pitchers, both Mitch and Bo. We've heard, come on, big, and let's go, and all these great things. But they say it very quickly, and I think they have a pattern. They've got a rhyme that they do every time they want to encourage the pitcher. I think it's great. We should listen for that next time out. The money pitch is going to be grounded to short. Priolo's got to throw. Got him.
Nice throw by Gino Priola. Great play. Slow ground to the 3rd, and Gino just fired him out. So now batting for Cherry Hill West with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd is Chad Crevetti. Chad grounded out his first time at bat. He's playing second base.
It's important for both clubs to keep the leadoff man off of base, and Cherry Hill East has just done that. We'll see what Crevetti can do. Batting second in the inning. That's high and inside for ball 1. Torrin has a picture-perfect textbook delivery. He steps that foot back, brings that knee up, and comes right over the top. Terrific. We'll see if it's good enough to get Corvetti out right here. Swinging, there's a long drive in the right center field. Zeberline hustling after, and he's not going to get it. That's going to go up against the wall. Zeb's got it. It's under the wall. The throw in, Corvetti looks for 3, holds on at second.
Great hit by Chad Crevetti. Got all that ball. So Chad Crevetti gets a double.
That's a picture-perfect gapper right there. And I think the wooden fences, which are going out of style here in high school baseball, caused a little bit of a problem for Zeberline out there. I think the ball might have gotten underneath in between the spikes.
Now batting for Cherry Hill West is Nate Schooley. Nate was hit by a pitch. His first time at bat, he's got Crevetti on second, 1 out.
I think that Corvetti was respecting Zeberline's arm, which Zeberline showed when he threw out Clymer by not going to third base. Most leadoff men would have gone to third base probably on that player. There's a sharply hit ball up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. The run's going to come around, and he's going to score. Zeberline looking to hold the runner at first, and he does. It's 2-0 Cherry Hill West.
Schooley gets his 11th RBI of the year. Nice, solid hit by Nate Schooley, and Lions are leading 2-0. Now up for Cherry Hill West is third baseman Ron Sahaki. He didn't have his very memorable first at bat. He was safe on a fielder's choice, and then he was picked off at first base. Nate Schooley's at first. One out here. Bottom half of the third inning.
It's exactly what Cherry West wants to do. Gets the first couple guys with the speed on base, and then bring up the big bats to try and drive them home. First base coach wants a batting helmet, a new batting helmet.
He's the finest first base coach in all South Jersey, as I said before, Steve Chow. He's got quite a following.
Pickoff attempt. And Schooley's back in plenty of time. Torn very deliberate from the stretch. Steve Young looks to throw back. Schooley at first, but he's back in plenty of time. But Torn's in the hole. The pickoff attempt.
Torrin doesn't have much to worry about. School He's yet to get a stolen base this year.
Torn from the stretch. Oh, Young holds the ball for a few seconds, waiting for the strike call, but doesn't get it. It's 3-0. Torn wasn't too happy about that call.
And in the batter's box is Bo Gray.
Bo's taking his warm-up cuts, hoping to get a shot this inning. There's one on with one out. 0-3. I think he's got the green light.
No.
Pickoff attempt doesn't work once again, but I think he's trying to keep him close to set up a double play and avoid facing Bo Gray with runners on. That's in there for a strike. Sahaki looked like he wanted to swing there. Couldn't get the bat moving.
He wasn't allowed to get the bat moving.
Torn still got good velocity on the pitches. Sahaki looks at that one low and takes his base. Bo Gray's going to come up with 2 on and 1 out.
Lions have already scored a run this inning, and they're in position to score another. Runners on first and second, Scully on second, Sahaki on first, and here's Big Bo Gray. And Coach Martin is taking a walk to the mound, and it looks like he's going to make
He's
a
going to
move.
bring Mark Kroriak into the game. Mitch Torn is going to take a seat. He didn't like what he saw there with pitching to the last 2 batters. And the pitching change is going to take place now. Let's give you a few stats on number 16, Mark Kroriak. He's pitched in 8 games, 17 innings pitched. He's given up 21 hits, 17 singles, 3 doubles, a triple, no home runs, 13 earned runs. He struck out 11, walked 7. He's got a 2-0 record, 1 save, and a lofty 5.35 ERA. Torn gets a modest applause from the East fans in the stands. And Kroriak's going to take his warm-up pitches. Not a bad outing for Torn. It's just the threat of the game getting out of hand. And when you play Cherry Hill West, one run might be too many to give up. So I think Coach Martin was playing it safe, bringing in the reliever. All the rest of the positions in the order have stayed the same, but if Coach Martin needs Kuriak to bat, he's got 2 hits and 4 at bats. I'm pretty sure he's going to stay with the DH, Eric Henry. But now defense is on the mind of the Cougars.
Here comes Bo Gray. Bo Gray flied out his first time up. He's
That
looking
was
to add
a-
on to his 13 RBI so far this year.
That flyout was a very deep flyout, one that made Mitch Torn catch his breath there in the first inning. That's a strike in there, swung on a miss.
Bo looked like he took his eye off the pitch.
He just banged himself on the helmet there. He knows what he wants to do with the ball. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and grounded sharply to third. He's going to look for the around the horn DP, and they get it. Cherry Hill East with a 5-4-3 double play to get out of the inning. Mark Kroyak comes in and slams the door on Bo Gray and the West Lions. But 1 run scores. And after 3 full, it's 2-1 West. 2-0 West.
Okay, we're back here to start the 4th inning. Cherry Hill West leading Cherry Hill East 2-0. Bo Gray still pitching. What's Gray done so far today? Well, Bo Gray has let up no runs, struck out 2, walked 3, and let up 2 hits.
Got a little defensive help in center by what is by far the play of the day from Bianco. A terrific diving catch and doubling off Chris Noire at second base. Now he's just going to try and come right back with Eric Henry standing in. Henry walked his first time up.
It's low for a ball.
His average is going to stay at a 405 clip. He's doing really well in the season. Batting in the 5th hole is the DH.
That's a nice pitch, Bo Gray. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Henry's a star wide receiver for the Cherry Hill East football team, and either he's a wide receiver in the offseason or a DH in the offseason, one or the other, but he plays both sports very well.
Without it. On the backstop, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's Henry leads off the top of the 4th for Cherry Hill East. One-two pitch to Henry. That's a foul ball. Farling almost had that for the strikeout, but he dropped it. And Henry's still alive. Henry walks out of the box, calls time. He's been doing that a lot today.
Eric Henry wants his pitch.
Did he tell you that?
I can tell just by looking at him. He wants his pitch, and he's looking to drive one to Pennsauken right about now. That's pretty far.
1-2 pitch to Henry, low for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's another strikeout for Bo Gray. Third strikeout of the game for Bo. As Henry goes down swinging.
And we chased a low pitch there. One out of the strike zone. And Bogray's done his job once again.
Not batting for Charlie's third baseman Gino Priola. He was safe on a bunt.
Terrific bunt right into the infield grass. I doubt he'll be doing it again. But we'll see.
A little wild there, Bo Gray. Gino's ahead in the count, 1-0.
There's that pitcher encouragement coming from shortstop Nate Schooley. What do you say, Bo? And he says a strike.
Bo fired that one in. 1-1 for Gino Priola. That's strike 2. 1-2 strikes Gino, and there's 1 out for East.
That's a real tough call. The plate umpire Litwin has given the pitchers. That's clearly below the knees.
Gino swings at a high pitch, and Gray strikes out his second batter of the inning, 4th of the game. 2 outs.
That's the fastest pitch we've seen today, clearly.
Batting for Cherry Hill East is Thomas Cervantry, the right fielder. Popped out to the first baseman, Chris Kearns, his first at bat.
That was a big pop out, too, because it was with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Bo Gray looks like he's getting his stuff together. Fires that one in. 1-1 strike.
Looks like Bo's getting stronger as it goes on, and a lot of the East players weren't expecting Bo to pitch the entire game because of the groin pull.
Ground ball to Gray, off of Gray's glove, and Cervantry is safe. Looks like Bo Gray's Gray might have stopped him from making that play.
Yeah.
It bounced out of his glove. It looked a little tender.
It's certainly showing with his the speed. He's not running well. But that was a sharply hit ball, and I don't think he would have gotten that if he was, 100% healthy. Tom Cervantry is also a wide receiver in the offseason, if you will, and his speed showed right there as he motored down to first base.
Brett Levin.
Steve Silverian is going to step in. He struck out his last time up, and that was also with the bases loaded.
Gray's pitch. Cervantry goes. Farling's throw is perfect. Perfect to Schooley, and Cervantry's nailed trying to steal. After 3.5 innings of play, Cherry Hill West 2, Cherry Hill East nothing.
Just going to say that he has 4 stolen bases. No, I'm just going to say that he had 4 stolen bases. Did he say go? Yeah, he said no. Oh, yeah? Tom Cervantry just got nailed at second to end off that inning.
As we're looking at Barb Horvath, the headband woman. See her, Dave?
Oh, yeah, from the Cherry Hill West softball team.
Second baseman.
Savansky was 4 out of 5 stolen bases before that attempt. And he's now going to move out to right field.
Now batting for Cherry Hill West is Dan Farling. Dan Farling doubled and scored his first time up. Farling might be close. He might have actually crossed the 600 plateau.
Batting average, he's really got the numbers pouring right in from the 5th hole. The middle of this West lineup is certainly formidable, and Steve Farling's a big, big reason. Kroyak delivers, and there's that strike once again. I think everyone's trying to take advantage of the low strikes in. That's grounded foul. Great play by the West third base coach. He should be an infielder.
Should be a health teacher. Which he is when he's not coaching third base for the Lions. Mr. Murray.
You know, Dave Martin, head coach for Cherry Hill East, is also a health teacher when he's not coaching at third base.
The Cards are safe on that one.
I think we're still at 1.5 on cars today. A lot of foul balls. Not too many cars, though. We're getting lucky. Sharply hit up the middle. Diving play by Richie. The throw to first is not going to be in time. Severian's going to step off the bag, but a great stop by Richie.
So Farling's 2 for 2, and now up for Cherry Hill West is right fielder Walt Clymer, who was safe on an infield on an error, but he was ripped off when he was going into third base, which I believe he was ripped off because he was safe. But bad call by the ump, but we're not going to complain about that.
I think we should give credit where credit is due. Zeberline nailed him.
Walter Clymer. Walter Clymer, what an athlete.
Football, baseball, basketball.
Started off a little slow this year, but he's getting his act together big time lately.
Well, he certainly came through in the clutch the last game against Cherry Hill East with the big home run. Steve Young pulling a page out of Tony Pena's catching manuscript there, throwing down to first. Beautiful day out here behind Cherry Hill West. A little windy, but it's a terrific day for baseball, and we got baseball for you right here.
Didn't Tony Pena used to play on the Cardinals?
You know, back in the day, he did. He's been on quite a few teams. Pirates, Cardinals, both
He
sides.
played on a horrible Cardinals team. And the Cardinals usually,
No, he went to the World Series with the Cardinals. That was
organization.
that was '87. The Cardinals were. And speaking of bad organizations, the Philadelphia Phillies aren't doing too well. But we're both hopeful, right? 0-2 to Clymer.
He's just the biggest Cardinal fan I ever met. For what reason, I have no idea. Here's the pitch to Clymer. That's a strike.
Once again, the low ball hitters are at an advantage because the strike zone is a little bit low here, and Krojak's taking full advantage of it. That one's a bit too low, and Clymer's going to trot to first.
Now up for Cherry Hill West is Chris Kearns. He had an RBI single his first at bat, knocking in Farling, and Farling's at second right now, and Clymer's at first with no outs.
These pitchers have done a pretty good job with the top 4 in the lineup, but these 5th, 6th, and 7th hitters have really devastated the 2 East pitchers, Mitch Torn and Mark Kroyak. 2-0
Pitch to
Torn pitching to the left-hander Kearns, who's hitting well over 400 this season. One of those to count. Korak's behind. Attempted pickoff at second. Not in time. He's taking his time, making sure he gets the right sign. Korak from the stretch. That swung on and fouled off. Two on with nobody out. This is a big batter for Korak to get. East turned a double play in the last inning, and I think they're hoping for one right here.
It's a big inning for Cherry Hill West, the fourth. This is usually their big inning every game. That's a ball. Looks like it's starting off to be a big inning, too. As Young comes out to talk to Kroyak. Well, just to mention, Dave, there's a little bit of excitement at Cherry Hill West because a member of Cherry Hill West is looking to apply to become a member of the Guinness Book of World Records, and that's the man who used to blow the horn at all the soccer games. That's Braheen Marmer. And Braheen has worn a doll of Macho Man Randy Savage since March 24th, and he's applied to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. He has not taken the doll of Macho Man off, so good luck to Braheen.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Right, after WrestleMania. So anyway, in this game, Cherry Hill West has runners on first and second. No outs. Chris Kearns is up there leading 2-0.
Good pitch on the corner there.
Big pitch here, Kroyak.
Commonly called Crow. And that's sharply hit up the middle. Richie with the play. He's going to flip to Foley for the force out at second. And we got runners at the corners with one out. Good play by Richie. Little backhanded toss there to get the runner.
Now for Cherry Hill West is Tom Bianco. Now, Tom Bianco is first time out, struck out, but Tom Bianco's made the play of the game with a great catch in the center field to rob the East Cougars of any runs. He's got runners at first and third, one out.
We've seen some really good defense in this game. Bianco's play and Richie's diving acrobatics at shortstop.
For as many runners have been on base, there's been very few runs, only two on the Cherry Hill West. Kroyak. I can't call him Crow because Cherry Hill West has second baseman Jack Crovetti. We call him Crow, so I don't want to get anyone confused. It's Crow.
Well, Kroyak, Mark Kroyak is K-R-O, and Chad Crovetti is C-R-O.
But they're pronounced the same way, so what's the difference?
Well, maybe we can signify each one a little disclaimer on. You know, this is Mark.
Game's
Crow.
going on too quick, and here comes Coach Martin.
This is just a chat, and Coach Chapman's coming around on the west side to have a little chat with his batter and runner at third.
If we're lucky, maybe we'll get Vice President of Cherry Hill West, Tony Gross, to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." He's an all-state singer. It goes along with many of his talents. If we're lucky, we can get him over here to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Who knows? Tony Gross.
Well, geez, if the ball game wasn't already in the fourth inning, it might have been decent.
Maybe after the game. What do you think? Dave?
Maybe after the game.
Whatever. Well, let's get
Seventh
back into
inning
this
stretch. How about that? I'll do his Carey impersonation for us. There's that pitch again. Kroyak threading the needle there.
Farling's on third. He scored one of the West's runs, and Chris Kearns is on first. He knocked in Farling.
That one's at the knees. Got 2 strikes. That swung on and hit sharply into right center field. Tom Cervantes going back, diving, can't come out with it. He's going all the way to the wall. 1 run's going to score. We got another one coming around. He's going to be held up. A run's going to score for Chariot West, and it's now 3-0.
Cervantes misplayed that ball. And Bianco gets a double out of that, and it's 3-0 Chariot West. Now for Chariot West, with runners on second and third, is Kevin Brickner. Kevin Brickner grounded out his first time at bat. There's only 1 out here. Runners on second and third.
Cervantes charged the ball, and I think he kind of misjudged it. Got up in the wind and sort of took off a little bit on it.
And the East infield is playing in.
I really think that it's an all or nothing clip right now for Cherry Hill East. They're not going to let any more runs score here if they can. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. It's a 1-1 count to Brickner. The East infield is in on the grass. They really want to prevent that 4th run from coming in. We got a lot of signs flying here again from the third base coach and from the East dugout. West may be looking to squeeze here. Looks at ball 2.
We have very good seats, Dave.
Oh, we have great seats.
Not as into it as last year. We're on top of the dugout. These are good.
And, you know, we're not as fearful by balls either.
Right, we saw that great play at third.
That's sharply hit. Down to third. It's going to get down the line. Fair ball. Both runs are going to come in. Chris Dwyer's throw to the plate is not going to be in time. And Brickner's going to wind up at second with a double and 2 RBIs.
Chariot West now leads 5-0. Beginning again. 4th inning's beginning for West. That ball was hit real sharp down the third base line. Gino McPriella tried to make a great play on it. Couldn't get to it, and Brickner gets a double and 2 RBIs. West leads now 5-0.
Well, when I say all or nothing, that's exactly what it was. Priolo was practically in on the grass on that play, and the ball just got by him a little bit. Whoa, that's a good-looking low strike there. Oh, off-speed pitch there, and he doesn't get the strike call. 1-1. Cherry Hill East, if they want to make a comeback, they've got to get out of this inning first.
One out here. Bottom half of the fourth, West leading East 5-0.
2-1's the count. Chad Corvetti had a double in his last at bat. He's got a runner on second with one out to work with here. The 2-1 pitch from Crow to Crow is fouled off. Counts even at 2. Two pitch, just swung on and sharply hit the shortstop. Richie's going to make the play at first, and there's 2 down.
Now batting for Cherry Hill West is number 44 shortstop Nate Schooley. Schooley is one for one. His first at bat he was hit by a pitch, and the last at bat he had an RBI single. Runner at second, Brickner. There are 2 outs in the fourth.
Schooley's 11th RBI on the season, and he's looking for his 12th here with Bruckner on second base. Schooley hitting well over 300 and playing a good-looking shortstop here. And that one sharply hit to the other shortstop who makes the play at first, and he gets out of the inning. But not after they give up 3 more runs, and they are going to go in with a 5-0 lead.
Ready? Okay. After 4 complete innings of play, we're going to start the 5th, and Cherry Hill West is leading Cherry Hill East 5-0 East. It's a big mountain to climb, and the first obstacle is Bo Gray. Bo Gray struck out 4 so far, walked 3, and let up 3 hits.
Senior Todd Leon is going to come in to pinch hit here in the top of the 5th. He's going to be batting for Mark Ritchie.
Okay, Gray. First pitch to Leon is high for a ball.
Leon has 5 walks in the year. He walks quite a lot with an .818 on base percentage. He's hitting a cool .667 for the year in 6 at-bats. 4 hits, all of them singles, and he struck out once.
That's the second strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Todd Leon. Bo Gray looks like he's really getting his act together.
Leon with the rest of the free world that Cherry Hill East will be attending Rutgers University next year, but he's got bigger things on his mind right now,
And he strikes out.
like
Bo
his second
Gray's
strikeout.
fifth.
Rich is up now. Salvarian. Leon was in for Salvarian. Leon was in for Salvarian. Rich is
Check
out.
that. Todd Leon batted for Steve Silverian, and there'll be a defensive replacement coming in the bottom of the inning. And now Richie will bat.
Low for a ball. On the strike, Bo is just firing him in now. just misses for a ball, and Bo doesn't think that's a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And he walks him, loses him, Bo losing him.
Key to
She's
this
on first, the walk.
big key to this game so far is that Bo Gray has gotten every single leadoff hitter East has put out there except for one. And that was Kevin Foley, who walked on 4 pitches, and that was the inning that he worked out at the bases loaded, nobody out jam. So he's been keeping the first guy off base, and everything's fallen into place after that. But now he's got to face a tough Steve Young with 1 on and 1 out. And Young isn't happy about that first strike call.
Young is 0 for 2, gave a ride to a ball to center field earlier in the game. Hey Tony, come here. I told him you're gonna sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
You got to interview Mr. Simon.
That's sharply hit to the right side of the infield. Base hit for Steve Young. Richie's going to go to third in the play, and East has runners at the corners with 1 out.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Interview Mr. Simon. Is that Tony come in? Just got my hair cut. She wouldn't cut it. She cut it for
Now we're going to see what Chris Dwyer can do batting in the second hole. He's had a base hit, been the back end of a double play, and his first at bat grounded to the first baseman.
Runners at first and third. Cherry Hill East is looking to get their first run of the game. Last time, that's a strike. Great wild pitch.
Ball gets away, and the first run of the game is going to score for Cherry Hill East.
Cherry Hill West now leads Cherry Hill East 5-1. Wild pitch by Bo Gray. Now batting for Cherry Hill East is
Chris Dwyer, he's still in there after the wild pitch.
5-1 Cherry Hill West. Oh,
That's a shot in the right center. Young had to hold up, and he's going to hold up again at third.
great defense out there by Clymer. Really gunned it in there. But Bo Gray's a little erratic right now. And,
Smart base running by Steve Young. He stayed close until he saw that the ball definitely dropped, and then took off for third.
it's now 5-1 Cherry Hill West over Cherry Hill East. Batting for Cherry Hill East is Matt Zeberline, center fielder, number 8. Runners at first and third.
Seb's grounded out to the pitcher and walked. He's looking to grab an RBI here, or 2.
One out here, top of the 5th.
Six, 4, 3, no call.
And Foley scores. Cherry Hill West now leads 5-2. East gets 2 big runs this inning. They're back in this game.
Steve Young crosses the plate as Matt Zeberline beats out the force at second.
Now batting for Cherry Hill East is second baseman Kevin Foley. I feel like we're at Shea.
I think we got a little camera work on us there from our head cameraman Tracy Slabakin, doing an excellent job as he always does. But the big action right now is Kevin Foley at the plate with a runner at first and 2 out.
High for the first pitch ball.
Barry
Dang.
Torrin, Mitch's younger brother, will be coming in to pitch for Easton in the next inning, and backup catcher Jeff Barnett
This
is stepping out to warm up.
2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs. Gray goes through the first base zebra line, keeps him on.
This is a classic baseball battle here. Bo Gray, after giving up 2 runs, and still has a runner on first with 2 outs, a big situation. And Kevin Foley hitting over 500. He's got an opportunity to do some damage.
Gray walks another. Runners at first and second. So after not walking anyone the entire season, Bo Gray's walked 5. And Farley wants to talk to his ace pitcher. Now batting for Charlie East is Eric Henry. Dave, what's Eric Henry done today?
Drew, Eric Henry has walked and struck out swinging.
He's got runners at first and second. Zebra line at second. Foley at first. Here's Henry. Gray to Henry. Fouls one behind home plate. Ooh, hits a tree.
Eric Henry still hanging around 400 there with the batting average. He's hoping to drive in 1 or more here to keep East in this game.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Henry. Strike 2.
Henry was looking to tie the game with a one swing right there.
Oh, 2 pitch. Outside ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Eric Henry. 2 outs here. Top of the 5th. 5-2 Cherry Hill West. And that's the 6th strikeout of the game. After 4.5 innings of play, Cherry Hill West 5 and Cherry Hill East after 2 runs this inning 2.
Cherry East has a new pitcher here in the bottom of the 5th. His name is Barry Torrin. And he's appeared in 7 games so far. Pitched in 19 innings. He's let up 6 earned runs. And struck out 15, walked 5. He's won 3, lost none. And he saved a game. His earned run average is a cool 2.21.
Leading off the inning for Cherry Hill West will be Ron Sahaki. Ron Sahaki is 0 for 1. He walked his last time at bat.
Sahaki takes that one outside. Ball one.
What year is he?
That's in there for a strike. 1-1's again. Barry's a sophomore, and he lets up a hit right there.
Hackey rips one in the left field. He's on for a single.
He cannot afford to give up any more runs this inning.
And now batting for Cherry Hill West, number 23, pitcher Bo Gray. Bo Gray is 0 for 2.
Steve Young talking to the young pitcher. Severian is still in the game, playing at first, with Foley, Ritchie, and Priolo rounding out the infield.
Bo Gray would like to get back those 2 runs he let up last inning with 1 swing of the bat. He bunts.
They go to second, and the
Wild
ball's thrown in the
throw.
center field.
Bo Gray bunts.
Steve Young
Bo Gray
doesn't want the sure
bad
out.
grin and all bunts, and Young overthrows it. Shocked East. Shocked me. Shocked you.
That was a definite sacrifice with Bo Gray not fleet of foot, shall we say, right now, especially with the groin injury. He was sacrificing all the way.
Do you think Young should have gone the first?
I think
mean,
Young should have
Hackey's
gone
a
the
quicker
first and
man.
gotten the sure
I
out.
think West, even after Coach Trotman thought they would go to first, and just got a little extra out of that. And pinch running for Bo Gray will be the All-State first base coach, Steve Prychow.
They're just
Prychow.
going to trade places right there.
And let me tell you something about Steve. Steve's got speed. He's got smart. He's a wonderful, wonderful backup third baseman.
Big key to that play was Matt Zeberline being right in perfect position with the overthrow to make sure that no one advanced any more bases. 2 on and nobody out.
Now
That's
batting
in there.
for Cherry Hill West is number 34.
Steve Farland.
Steve Farling. Farling's been, his average way over 600 now. He's got a double and a single. And he's got Sahaki on first and Prychow. Steve Prychow, it's on first. Sahaki on second.
Farling behind in the count. Pops this one high into the air. Severian gives chase. He's way foul. Makes the catch. The runner's going to
Great
try and
catch.
tag at third, and he's in there.
Great catch. Great catch. Now batting for Cherry Hill West with 1 out and runners on first and third will be number 12, Walter Clymer. Now Walt today is 0 for 1. He walked his last time up. Walt would really love to get a hold of a pitch. He needs a hit right now. I'd love to see him get a hit. Come on, Walt. Personal fan of Walt Clymer. He's a great player.
Well, you know, we broadcasters are supposed to be impartial. But Barry Torrin makes a great move. The first, he's got a good move just like his brother. East infield was looking for the DP, but Clymer's a tough man to double up with the speed. Runners at the corners with 1 down. The pick off at first again, not in time. Torrance yet to throw a pitch to Clymer. But he's got his sign working from the stretch. Runner fakes going, and there's a strike in there to Walt Clymer. Big moment in this game. Torrens hoping to pitch out of this inning. Another pickoff attempt. Tries it once again, not in time. The younger Torn is almost as deliberate a pitcher as his brother. There's a little bit of high leg kick there. Gets that knee real high up there. And we'll see if he comes to the plate here from the stretch. He goes to the plate and Clymer fouls it off. Hits the backstop and then hits a spectator. No serious injuries there. Torn to the plate. That's high for a ball. It's 1-2 to Walt Clymer. I think he kind of overthrew that pitch there, and Steve Young wants to talk about it. The 1-2 pitch is in there for a strike. That's the call he's been making all day, and you got to give the ump credit. He's consistent.
Now batting for Cherry Hill West is Chris Kearns. Chris Kearns has an RBI single and safe on a fielder's choice, so he is 1 for 2. Runners in first and third. Lions leading the Cougars 5-2.
Torn with a slow move to the plate, but he gets it over there for a strike. The next run is definitely going to be a big one. If West can score it, they'll probably put the nail in the coffin. And if East can plate the next runner, I think that will give them a little bit more life and momentum, and they could probably come back and tie this game. We'll see. Runner's going.
Out goes.
The throw is way late, and that run's going to score.
Zahaki scores on another wild throw by Young. Prychow moves to seconds. Lions lead now 6-2, and was that the run that you were talking about?
I think that was Steve Young making 2 bad decisions here in this inning. 1 to throw to second on the obvious sacrifice by Bo Gray, and 2 to throw that ball to second on the attempted steal. The run at second means nothing. I think the run you had to hold was the one at third. That's a strike in there. And the count 0-2 to now it's 2-2. That was a 1-2 pitch, and counts now even to Chris Kearns.
Getting a little nippy out here.
Yeah, the wind's making a little chilly out here.
I'm sitting in my sun too. That's why it's cold.
Torn to Kearns, that's going to be hit to second base. Foley scoops it up. And that'll do it for the inning. But Wes scores one, and that may have been the big one. After 5 full, it's 6-2.
Okay, we're ready to start the sixth inning. Cherry Hill West leading Cherry Hill East 6-2. Bo Gray still in pitching, and East needs a big inning here.
Just that fact that Bo Gray is still in the game is pretty amazing. Didn't pitch the last game, and hasn't been too healthy lately. And they come in and pitch well. It's pretty darn good.
Batting for East is third baseman Gino Priola. A little low for a ball.
Watch Gray, see if he can stay on top of his pitching game for the rest of the game here and complete 7 full. That would just be amazing if he can.
That's way in there for strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think the pitchers have figured out umpire Litwin, and they're just throwing everything low now. Trying to get it right on that line.
Ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
There's no one up and out of the bullpen, and I think Wes is content with letting Bo Gray go the distance here.
Ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
If it's any kind of mark, I don't know if we can get a shot of the third baseman, Ron Sahaki. That'd be really terrific. Just look at that uniform. He is just completely dirty.
Ground ball to second baseman Crevetti. Makes the play to first, and Gino's out on a ground ball. 1 out.
Can we get that shot of the third baseman? You can see him right there. The shirt's out. The uniform is just filthy, and he's worked hard today. He's earned his money.
I'm so proud of you, Ron.
He's done a great job.
Now batting for Cherry Hill East is Thomas Travansery. Tom was picked off stealing his last at bat. He got on base, but then he was caught stealing. 10th inning.
Tom's got to play well for this team to win. And he got picked off and misjudged.
That's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He misjudged a big play out in right field there earlier in the game. He's got to look to get on base here.
Popped up, and Schooley, his shortstop's calling for it, and he makes the play. 2 outs.
That was a towering pop there.
Now batting for Cherry Hill East is Salvarian. Steve Salvarian. What's he done today, Dave?
Severian's only been up once, and he's struck out.
Tied for a ball. One 0 pitch. Oh, that looked like a strike because that's what he's been calling all day. It looked a little low, but it looked like it's kind of pitched.
I understand
2
your,
balls, no strikes.
Understand your argument there.
That's a strike. I mean, it was the same pitch.
I think they're both low and outside, but he's giving it to him. So,
Must be hungry. He's ready for dinner.
well, the players got to swing the bats.
Tie for a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Severian looking to grab his first hit of the day. And if he gets on, we'll take a look at Mark Ritchie.
That's low for a ball, so Salvarian's on base for the ball with a walk.
Base on balls,
Base on balls, walk.
walk, baseball terminology. Got another lefty standing in there.
Now batting is Richie. 2 outs here. Top of the 6th.
Ritchie's done all right today. He struck out in the first inning, but
Tie
came
for a
back,
ball.
and he walked and scored his last time up.
It's low for a ball. Low pitch. It's low for a ball. 3-0.
If Gray loses Ritchie, he'll be staring at Steve Young, who got a base hit his last time up.
Real pitch. That's a strike.
Well, he was definitely taken there. Ritchie wasn't even thinking about swinging at that 3-0 pitch.
And he walks another. So he says runners on first and second with Steve Young up. And Trotman looks like he may be making a move. Yeah, he's bringing in Nate Schooley. Nate Schooley's going to come in the pitch for Bo Gray, who's pitched very well considering the fact that he's got a pulled groin.
Now, this is very interesting. If Scully comes in, he's been in the game, so he hasn't had a chance to warm up before now.
And Bo Gray will remain in.
I didn't think Coach Jarman would do that because he knows that if he brought Scully in, he would be ice cold.
Pitch to Young. That's a strike.
And JV action right behind us. West won the game 3-1. Went a little bit faster than this one, and we'll see if the Lions do double duty here in the baseball department today.
Strike 2. That was a pitch they're going to call in all day. I don't know about that one.
Well, it's going to force the batters to swing the bat, and Young's going to have to do it. He's the hitter here.
No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the 6th.
Young got a big base hit his last time up. Helping the cause of the East 2-1 rally last inning. Severian's on second. Ritchie's on first. Young's at the plate, and Chris Dwyer's in the on-deck circle.
High for a ball.
Bo roared back, like a lion often does, and pulled a little bit extra out of there.
Foul ball. Still 1-2.
That pitch is definitely going to be called for a strike, and Young did the right thing by staying alive and fouling it off.
1-2 pitch. Fly to right field. Climbers on it. And that's the third out of the inning. So Young gives another ball a
Nice
ride,
run.
but East can't score this inning. So after 5.5 innings of play, Cherry Hill West 6, Cherry Hill East 2. Okay, we're back here behind Cherry Hill West. The Lions are leading the Cougars 6-2. And now batting for Cherry Hill West will be Tom Bianco. He's 1 for 2, struck out and has a double.
Bianco hitting well over 400. And he's going to battle with Barry Torn right here. That's inside. Ball 1. That's high again. 2-0's account. Priello's creeping in there on the third base side. Might be watching for a bunt. That's a strike. Wow. What? I mean, that's a serious strike zone there.
Telling you, the umpire's hungry.
It's about letter high and about shin low. And that's sharply hit to shortstop. Richie's going to make the play at first.
Richie's been impressing me all day. Real strong game at short.
He's getting the job done, playing very good defense. That's in there for strike 1.
Kearns and School are warming up for West in case Bo gets in a little trouble next inning.
That's 2 strikes on Breckner. Had an RBI single his last at bat. I think that might be it for Gray. He may put him out for the last inning just to get the. Maybe he'll send him out to try and get the complete game. If not, West has a couple capable backups in the look of things, trying to come in and slam the door. East is probably going to go with Torn the rest of the way here. That's sharply hit to second base. Kevin Foley makes it look easy. Got him at first.
Now batting for Cherry Hill West is Chad Crevetti. Chad has doubled and grounded out twice, so he's 1 for 3 today.
Crevetti bounces that one. Severian can't come up with it at first. Crevetti stops at first, and there's a runaround with 2 down.
Now batting for Cherry Hill West will be Nate Schooley. Schooley has an RBI single.
I think that's going to be an error on the first baseman, Severian, and we'll see what Schooley can do with the opportunity. Runner on first and 2 down. That's a high pop foul. And
Oh,
and
it's the
that's
second time
car.
a truck's been hit.
That same truck has really taken a beating here. That was a bad parking space if there ever was one.
Bad spot. Bad spot. Had 2.5 hit cars, and that truck's been the 2.
2 of the 2.5. Pickoff attempted first. Not in time.
Truck may be our MVP of the day.
You know, if it survived that beating and is still able to motor, geez, I don't know. That's gonna be tough.
Warren brothers have some pretty nasty pickoff.
They're both very good pitchers, very deliberate, and they can make that throw. That one might get him. No. That was a great throw, but not in time. A couple of hecklers in the audience getting on the umpire at second for that call.
Single Schoolie. Crevetti's going to third.
That throw is
Crevetti's safe at third.
not going to be in time to throw back to second. Kevin Foley makes a save on that one.
So
That was
runners
almost
are
in the
now
center.
at second and third.
Key to that play. So Varian makes the error, and the runner gets on, and he has the hole of that runner. That opens up a big hole on the right side of the infield.
Schoolie's taking his time getting up. He's okay.
Schoolie found the hole perfect.
And running for Nate Schooley will be Patrick Murphy. Now, Pat's an interesting story. Pat has, after not playing baseball last year, has come back and seen limited action this year, but really is an inspiration to all people who enjoy baseball because he's really goes out there and does his best, and he could be starting on most varsity teams.
But not the two-time state champs, Cherry Hill West. Well, Nate Schooley takes a bow, gets a hand from the West fans, and
Batting for Cherry Hill West is Ron Sahaki. Sahaki singled and walked.
I think Schooley has now replaced Sahaki as the dirtiest uniform in the game.
And wild pitch, and Crevetti scores, and Murphy moves to third, and the Lions now lead 7-2. Torrin starts off the inning with 2 outs, and then it's a little wild. And there's Pat Murphy on third. Number 8, Pat Murphy.
Tough series of events there. You can't give Cherry Hill West anything, and East has made some errors and made some bad plays, and Cherry Hill West there's just no doubt that a team as talented as the Lions is going to capitalize on anything that you give them. Sahaki singled his last at bat. And he'd get an RBI if he pulled the same feet. But he's just hoping to stop the bleeding.
Sahaki nails one deep to right field.
Cervantes makes the diving catch.
Catches it. What do they
He's
call
going
it?
to call that
An out.
an out. Wow.
That was an
what
out.
a play. Cervantes caught the ball, fell to the ground. The ball popped out of his glove, and he caught it as the ball was coming back down. An amazing catch for Tommy Cervantes. And he has one more shot. 3 more outs to go. We'll be right back.
Top of the 7th inning here. All Gray has to do is get 3 outs and stop East from scoring at least 5 runs because I would tie the game because West
But
is
you know-
leading 7-2.
It might not be as easy as it sounds because those 3 outs are Chris Dwyer, Matt Zeberline, and Kevin Foley. So we'll see.
Strike.
Dwyer trying to get something started here, leading off the inning. It's a 1-1 count.
That's strike. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That pitcher's right in there. I think Dwyer has a swing at that one. 1-2.
Low and outside ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Cougars need a base runner. Dwyer's looking to be that man, but he's got Bo Gray working against him.
Wild time there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-two pitch. Strike 3.
That's the money pitch Bo Gray's been working on all day. Getting the job done still in the 7th inning.
Now batting for Cherry Hill East is Matt Zeberline.
The lefty Zeberline stands in. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Played terrific defense. Looking to get his first hit of the afternoon. That's sharply hit up the middle. Scooped up by Corvetti, but he can't handle it, and Zeberline safe at first in the air.
Now batting for Cherry Hill East will be Kevin Foley, runner on first, Zeberline.
Zeberline has speed. He's leading the team with 6 stolen bases. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 in his attempts.
Strike.
Foley's drawn 2 walks and been robbed of an extra base hit on a great
it's
play in center.
Big time popped up. Kearns lays way to Crevetti, and he makes the catch. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. So this might be his last chance, as the Lions lead the Cougars 7-2.
I think right now we really have to give the player of the game here to Bo Gray. He's just done a masterful job. Even with the injury, it's been quite valiant. Coach Martin's going to make a last-ditch move here. Eric Henry, due to bat next, is gonna give way to number 37, Sean Jasagi. So we'll close the book on the DH Henry. He walked once and struck out twice, 0 for 2 in the day.
Two-out pitch.
Jasagi, the last hope for East, takes a strike. Sharply hit foul.
And catcher interference has been called. So Terzaghi gets to first, and now batting for Cherry East will be number 3, Gino Priolo.
Got an infield hit in the second and struck out, grounded into second base.
Two outs. Seventh inning, Lions leading 7-2. Which is high for a ball.
Priolo's got a good eye, and he's got 2 on with 2 out.
1 ball, 1 strike. Volume does a nice job keeping the ball in front of him. 2 balls, 1 strike. Gino Priolo.
Priolo eyes the 2-1 pitch, swings and misses. Counts even at 2. And that was a pitch right there.
Two pitch, 2 outs in the 7th. High for a ball, full count.
Oh, the drama. 2 on, 2 out, and a full count. West fans are primed and ready to celebrate. Gino Priolo has other ideas, looking at the 3-2 pitch. That's way foul out of play. And we'll try it again.
Three-two pitch, 2 outs.
This is a money pitch if there ever was one. Swings and misses. Got him, and
It's a
That's
game.
the
Bo Gray
game.
strikes him out. Cherry Hill West wins 7-2. Bo Gray, complete game. Win number 5. Lions go to 12-1. East goes to 11-4. For David Smith, I'm Drew Golan. So long.